We've got another new arrival. Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends, and once again, thank you for stopping by. So we've got a new arrival. So this is a Tamiya TT-02 Subaru BRZ GT car. Yeah, I've got big plans for this one. This is all part of my relatively new thing that I'm doing, where I'm kind of taking standard kits and putting my own design, you know, colours and different decals, putting different liveries on it, making a bit more custom. I've got to be honest, I'm really enjoying doing that. So yeah, I kind of look for cars that kind of float my boat, if that makes sense. There's lots of kits like this out there, all various different types of shells, but I have to see one I like, and I can sort of picture in my head what I can do to it, and I go through the process in my head, and then basically coming up to what it'll look like finished. And if I get there and I don't like it, then I don't do the project. But if I get there and I'm thinking, yeah, that could look pretty decent, then I go for it. So that's why we bought this kit. Now I have to say right off the bat, the pictures on the internet of this thing, you know, it doesn't look that special. But I have seen some other pictures of this shell done correctly, and I'm talking in box art, in like PS16, and this thing is a seriously good looking car. The shape of this shell and the wing is a little bit special for me. So, as I said, we're not doing it in box art. I think I'm not going to do an unboxing of this because it's a basic TT-02 chassis. But what I'll do now is I'll dig out all the polycarbonate bits, because it's quite a little bit involved. There's quite a few pieces to this shell. It's not that standard, if I'm honest. It's got extra bits to do on the shell that I didn't know at the time. So yeah, I think let's drag the camera over and we'll have a look at that. Right, so that's the shell. Now, unfortunately, obviously unpainted, you can't really appreciate just how nice it is. But it's one of my favourite of the sort of more modern shells that Tamiya have done recently. And it's funny as well, because it didn't start like that. I've seen this sort of getting kicked around. I've not seen many on the groups, to be honest, getting done. But, you know, they're on the internet, and it never really I never really thought about doing one, but now I've got it and I've kind of looked into it. I've got to be honest, I'm pretty super excited about this one. So as I say, that's the shell, that's the main wing, which is polycarbonate. Then we have this section here. So this is like, I don't know, they're not light buckets as such, they don't take LEDs, but you've got your front lights and your rear lights to cut out. So obviously they'll have to be cut out from the main shell and then added on. That'll just give that depth and detail to it. So there's those two add on, and then there's this other section here. Now looking at it, that's probably the wing ends, the wing sides, I'm guessing. This section here, without looking at instructions, I haven't a clue what that bit is. And then we have this bit here. Now this is the back end of the car, believe it or not. So you see this section, where is it, here, this cutout here, these sections here, once they're cut out, they sit flush on there and just sort of pop out over the back. So it's quite an involved shell. There's going to be a lot of work there, and it's going to be even more work considering what my plan is to how I want this car to be. So yeah, let's go back and talk about how this is going to end up. Jeez, why is it so bloody difficult to get it all back in the box? It's an absolute nightmare when you take a couple of parts out. You can't figure out how it all goes back together. Anyway, it's all in there now. So as I say, I want to talk about now what I want to do with this. So I have gone round the houses with this, from sort of dreaming up what this project was, and I've come up with lots of different ideas, and I keep moving the goalposts, if I'm honest. I was going to do it box art. I was going to do like a Days of Thunder tribute with it, but I finally settled on a car. Oh, just quickly, when I ordered this car, I've also ordered these alloy wheels for it. Now these are proper alloy. Now they've cost about 70 quid for a set of 4, but they look epic. I'm just hoping the quality is as good as it looks on the pictures of it. Now why I've gone for that particular wheel is, it's got a really big selling point for me. It's very expensive, but it comes with 3 different positions for offsets, and I really like that. So you've got a +3, you've got +3, -3, and then you've got the centre. So you've got scope of 6mm to play with on the offsets. Now that's mega important to me, and obviously they look superb. So that's the wheels of choice for this right now. So now this is what I'm going to show you a picture of next, is the rough livery and paint scheme I'm going for, which is this. Now obviously that shell you're looking at is the Skyline, and it's a Loctite livery from back in the day. So I've ordered the Loctite decals now from MCI, but yeah, somehow I want to get that livery and colours onto this shell, and I think I can do it relatively easy, I think. Now I will be doing it slightly differently. I love the red and the white, how it mixes, and I love the Loctite that runs down the side. Looks ace. But what I want to do, a little bit like the Clarion Skyline that Tamiya did back in the day, they put more red, well it was like a pinky red on that particular car, on the back end, and I feel that when I do this Loctite I need to put more red on the back. So my plan is copy the front where it is with that red stripe going up, then the Loctite, but then underneath I'm going to copy that stripe again and go red, and then take that red round the back somehow. I think that's going to look really cool for it. Whether those wheels will go with that, I'm not 100% sure. In my head, my gut feeling's telling me that if I manage to do that paint job, stick those Loctite decals on there, it's going to need the Tamiya 2-piece wheel set, white centres with the chrome rims. So I've got a set of those on my Porsche, and I've got a second set coming for a different saloon custom car that I'm doing. So I will be able to try them on there, also with the alloy. But it wouldn't surprise me once it's finished that the alloy wheels maybe go to something else in the future, and it goes with those 2-piece Tamiya wheels. But again, we won't know. Whether I put a cockpit in it, some LED lights, roll cage, you know, all that good stuff, some proper alloy little exhausts. I kind of want to go down that route, put as much detail on this as I can get. So that's the plan on this one anyway. It's a bog standard chassis, TT-02. Now, when I bought this, I had the idea of thinking, well, this could be my next chassis for speed runs. Now, you're probably rolling your eyes saying, I thought you'd finished with them speed runs. Yeah, well, we crashed out at 63 miles an hour last time, and the thing would have gone more. So now the dust settled and that, I'm kind of thinking, obviously we're heading into winter now, depending when I publish this video, it probably is winter. But when we come through that into the next year, I do want to have another crack. And the reason I want to have another crack at speedruns is I want to do 70 miles an hour. Which is really nerdy and pointless, I get it. But I kind of want to have that 70 mile an hour in the bag. So obviously I need a chassis because I was doing the speed runs with the TT-05 MS version, which I've now sold. So yeah, I'm humming and hawing whether we build this as a standard TT-02, we get all the shell, we do all the custom work on it, and then later down the road we start upgrading the chassis, ball races, alloy prop shaft, alloy steering, turnbuckles, foam wheels and tyres this time, and get a different like racing kind of Le Mans style, a really low sharp new body shell for it, and then a ridiculously hot 3.5 brushless system. Obviously we can get the speed gear tune set for it, whatever it's called, so we can mess with ratios and what have you. So that's a secondary plan for this chassis. But as I'm making this video today, I'm just about to pull the trigger on a TA-05 version 2, a limited edition kit. So that might be a better speedrun chassis. I've got too much going on. But what I said initially, how I'm going to attempt to paint this as the old school Loctite, that's the plan. So, I'll shut up. That's another video done. So guys, thanks so much for watching. It's really appreciated. If you are new to this channel, if you could please consider liking and subscribing. And if you do that, smash that notification bell for our weekly videos. And as always guys, happy arseing.